Hello. I'm going to wait a second, see if anyone is here. I always notice after I hit play or after I hit start. I always notice after I hit start how messy my hair looks. So, yeah, that's me on a stay at home mom kind of day. How are you guys? I am so excited. I'm trying to not be talk too loud because my kiddos, they're trying to get to bed right now upstairs, and I don't want to distract them from falling asleep quickly. So forgive me if you have to turn up the volume, go for it. If you need a pen and paper, maybe to take some notes down, I think that might be a good idea, um, because there are so many things to chat about for this month. So, in case we've never met, my name's Danielle. I am technically director still, even though it's not showing up in your workstation. We are in our second month of Director Q, which just simply means that as a group, we have not sold the minimum to get be a director team. I have 2 months, so this month and May, to do that. And if not, no big deal. That just means we're not ready for it. But if we sell $10,000 wholesale, then we get to stay the Rising Rockstars or Rise Up Rockstars. Oh my gosh. The Rising Rockstars is a group happening right now that I know some of you were invited to. So that's where I got confused, but no big deal. Okay, so did you watch the video with Dan Orchard and Lacey Hanson, who president, and I actually don't know what Lacey's official title is, but she's in charge of a lot of stuff. And she usually is the one to spill the secrets. So I love watching the two of them together. At the end of every month, they get together and do a video, so that they can showcase all the new stuff, which is super exciting. And we got to see a bunch of stuff last night in the recording. Now, if you didn't see the recording yet, go and watch it later. It's phenomenal, all the things that are happening, and I'm going to talk about it tonight. So what the purpose of this video was just to kind of clarify some things for you and hopefully kind of get you excited, get you a game plan, because I know that when you do watch that video, I know I felt it, you probably did too. You felt a little overwhelmed probably of like, holy moly, that sounds amazing, but how do I get a handle on that? Say hi if you're here. And so how do I get a handle on that? We're going to talk about it right now. Um, if you haven't heard, we are offering every spring there is a spring incentive, and I love how they've planned it this year because it's meant to have you practice the skills that you're going to need in order to earn the big incentive. Usually, the incentive in the fall, it's always, as long as I've been a consultant, it's always been a trip, and the trip is always phenomenal. Back in 2018, I was pregnant with Emma and feeling very sick, but still determined. And I told my husband, I am going to earn us that cruise to the Mediterranean. It was an all expenses paid trip to the Mediterranean, worth stops in Spain. It started from Spain, um, Spain, France, and Italy, with stops in all three places. Cinque de Terre, I think, is one of the places, which is actually where, if you've seen the movie Luca on Netflix, you will recognize Cinque de Terre because it's exactly like they've mimicked the structure of where the movie takes place based on that city. So, anyways, that was a long tangent to say that the incentive trips are amazing, and the skills that you need in order to earn them are the things that we've been doing with the brick by brick incentive. And so they divided up the is it 3 or 4 months, um, that the 3 or 4 months that we have during the spring, to give us an opportunity to practice the skills that we need in order to do the things that we want to do eventually in the fall, that help grow. And really, what those things do, they help grow your business. They help give you like a stronger business, a healthier business, a business that gives you more of what you want, which is maybe time, money, peace, friendship, fun, all of those things are things that you can get from your business just depending on what you want. And a lot of people do it a lot of different ways and a lot of different reasons. So you are here in the right place if you are wanting that for yourself and your business. The first part of so there's three parts to the brick by brick incentive. The first part just ended yesterday. It was a sponsoring challenge. This second part here, the middle part, just started today, and it ends on May 31st. It's a sales challenge, so sponsoring's a bit trickier for some people. As far as a sales challenge goes, this is something that you have complete control over. Like, there is nobody, like, it's way easier. Let me put it this way. Everybody in the director group, that when it was announced, everybody kind of, you felt a collective sigh of relief because it's just a lot easier to do sales. So there is this floating around in the Scentsy groups. I will post this picture so that you can have it too if you want like a tracker. But what happens in order to earn this, you have 2 months to do this, from April 1st to May 31st. It says you're going to earn, the prize that you would get when you earn this incentive, this 2-month incentive that's super simple. Like, literally almost like everyone can do it if they really wanted to. You earn a new season sales kit, which means you're going to get 10 brand new Scentsy bars in the fall if you earn this 2-month incentive, which means you're going to get $60 worth of Scentsy stuff for free. Like, do you want the new fragrances? Yeah, you do. And you want them for free? Heck yes, you do. So you're going to do this, right? You're going to do this with me? Awesome. The other thing you get is you're going to get catalogs. So that's a 10, like, already we're at $60 value with the 10 Scentsy bars, but you're also going to get a set of catalogs for the fall season when you earn this incentive, which is about $10, $15 if I want to say. I don't remember exactly, but it's about $10. Let's just lowball it, $10. That's $70 worth of stuff. Then you're also going to get a transition set of testers, which means you're going to get all the brand new fall scents when you earn this incentive, which is about, I want to say, $16 or so of like value, which is amazing because like that's money you don't have to spend on your business. They're going to give that to you to do your business, so that people can smell the fall scents when the fall scents come out in August. So that's what is that, like 70, 80, 85-ish, 86-ish value. Oh, and I know I'm missing more. Hold on, there's more. Oh, you're going to get a whole set of stickers to give out as samples, or you can mail them to people. I have a dry throat, I swear. You can mail these, and the stickers, if you were to purchase them separately, like on your own, that would cost you $30 because they're $3 a packet. You're getting 10 fragrances. That's $30 of fragrance stickers that you're going to be given for free when you earn this incentive in the fall with the new fall fragrances, which will help like your business flourish and blossom in the fall when like everybody's like, oh, make my house smell amazing. And of course they're going to want to smell before they order, so there you're going to have the tools that you need in order to do that in the fall, which is amazing. Saves you $30. Like, that's amazing. Pardon me. And that would be what, 110-ish, $110 worth of business tools and product in your pocket, a really big pocket, when you earn this brick by brick incentive by simply doing what you've already been doing. Just, you're going to make sure that you're doing it in a little bit of every category. So what does that mean? So from now, April 1st till May 31st, that means if you already put an order in, you probably already have some of this counted. Shout out to Nicole. Nicole got the first order in this morning, so yay for you. So the first one, wax and warmers. You need to sell 500 PRV of catalog products, meaning not limited time only offers. So the limited time only offers that we do have coming out in April won't count towards this 500, but easily that's $250 per month. You guys, like, I know a lot of you do that regularly. So that's not a far stretch to make sure that it's from the catalog and that it's wax and warmers. Any either or, all warmers or all wax, but you will be able to earn part of, like, there's 5 requirements, right? Yeah, 5 requirements. So wax and warmers has to be 500 from the catalog. If you want like all the itty bitty details, it's in the news article and on the incentive tab in your workstation. But I'm breaking it down with you guys for now. And then of the next 5 categories, you're going to have to pick 4 categories that you earn, that you collect $100 in orders in each of those categories. There is a little bit of um, a note about the unplugged products. So, like, it does not include room spray, scent circles, or travel tins. But everything else unplugged, like fragrance flowers and pods and all that other jazz, mini fan diffusers, wall fan diffusers, those are all going to count towards. Is that unplugged? No, I'm wrong. That's wrong. Don't listen to me. Go and check the incentive tab, just to be sure. What's really cool is if you don't want to track it, you just want to like have them track it, there is a tracker already up on your workstation under the incentive tab. So go check that out. All right, so you need $100 between now and the end of May. It doesn't matter when it happens, but just in the next 8 weeks. That's 8 weeks. $100 within that category. Another $100, 100 PRV, not dollars, but PRV of body products. So what is that? Like, that's like 10 hand soaps, pretty much. Maybe 11 because it's $9 each. 10 hand soaps. You easily could do 10 hand soaps. Or, 2 washer with tubs for the laundry products. You can easily do 100 PRV for when you get not 2 laundry. Oh my gosh, washer whiffs are only $30. I'm talking about laundry love bundles. That's what you want to do. Sell 2 of those, and then you will have completed that category for 100 PRV in laundry stuff. Cleaning products, the same kind of deal. You can even bundle them and say, hey, it's an April spring cleaning bundle that I'm offering. And if you use host rewards, you can maybe save your people some money and offer a personal special, but that's not something you have to do. I'm just making myself a note because I thought of something. But yeah, so of these 5 categories, we have unplugged, body, laundry, clean, and Scentsy fans and diffusers. So it doesn't count towards unplugged, it counts down here. Pods with fans and diffusers, mini fan diffusers, those would be in that category. So that seems pretty doable, right? Especially if you just think about having 250 in April and in May, so each, and then 100 or maybe $50 of each of these categories in April and $50 of each of these categories in May. Or get it all done this month and just have it done and out of the way, and that way May, you just get to enjoy your paycheck. However you want to do it. This is something that everyone can earn. If you've never earned an incentive ever, like, this is the one you're gonna earn. Just like set it in your mind, and if you have that thought in your head of, well, no, not me, I'm not that kind of person, stop. Why? Why are you not that kind of person? Why not you? You can tell me that you're busy. That's usually the first thing people will say. Well, I'm too busy. I've got a full-time job or what have you. There are people who are busier that are doing this. They're way busier than you, and I know people who are doing this. It's just a matter of, do you want it? And that's different. Not that you can't, but do you want to? And if you don't want to, that's fine. But you can. You absolutely can. Okay? So, that is the incentive that I am so darn excited about this month and next. I just got a note. What else is happening? So, Rise Up Rockstars, Rise Up After Hours, which is our Zoom meeting twice a month, is happening on the 12th and the 26th of this month. We are keeping it at 6 p.m. I think it's working okay for 6 p.m. If that becomes an issue where it's too early in the night or evening, talk to me about it if we want to make it back to 7. I was just trying to accommodate people who are on the East Coast, because even though it's at 6 p.m. here, that means it's still pretty late at 9 o'clock for them there. So talk to me. If there's enough people who say, no, I'd rather have it at 7 again, I'm willing to listen because I'm pretty flexible. And I really would love just to have you guys have the information and be able to attend. but it's only 2 Tuesdays a month. Or even like if you can only commit to one, like one day out of the month, can you make arrangements to be available? Even if you're just listening with your phone, but you're not on screen, you're just listening, that is showing up. And showing up makes a huge difference, even if you're not able to participate in a conversation about anything, which usually we don't do a whole bunch of, but if you wanted to say something, like, you could, but if you feel like you can't go because you couldn't do that, then that's okay. It's not expected of you, in other words, to participate in a conversation. But I'd rather you be there to ask questions in the chat, and just get the knowledge that I share with you guys. So that's happening the 12th and the 26th this month. As far as team socials, we are switching it to Sunday this month because I know some people last month couldn't make a Saturday. So I'm switching it to Sunday. Haven't figured out if morning, afternoon, or evening is best for everybody on Sunday, but I will put a poll up in our team page soon, and then we'll see which time of day on Sunday the 24th can we do an in-person hangout. I'm not sure, depending on what time of day, maybe we'll do coffee again, or maybe we'll go grab ice cream, go to the movies, I don't know, have a girls' night in, go have a bonfire in my backyard, I don't know. But we'll pick something fun. And for everyone who wants to participate virtually, Friday night, order yourself pizza, because that's probably what I'm going to do. We'll have a pizza night. You get your pizza, I'll get mine. And we'll meet on Zoom on April 8th just to hang out for a little bit. Maybe we'll play a game or two. But it's just a social, just something fun, just to hang out, get to know each other a little bit better. A place where you can kind of like breathe and relax and have fun with some friends. Nothing too serious or training wise. This is, again, the socials are just for fun, just to get to know you guys better. I want you guys to feel like you belong here, and not knowing anybody makes that hard. So when you come to the socials and you get to know people, then you feel better about participating in things. So I really would love for you guys to come to our socials. Again, Sunday the 24th in person locally, and then for virtually, we'll do Friday the 8th. And I'll put events up on our team page probably tonight, so you'll see the information on that. Okay, so we've got the incentive talked about. We've got our meetings and whatnot talked about. Our events, collections. Holy crap! Which collection? I'm curious to know, which collection are you guys the most excited about? Because I cannot pick between Star Wars or Little Mermaid. Both are very exciting. Oh, Little Mermaid has such a spot in my heart, but then also Star Wars. They're so good. Okay, so let me backtrack. April 4th, Mother's Day collection. You guys already know about that. The news article came out, was it yesterday, 2 days ago? So that is something that's already in the works. You've seen the pictures, you know what's coming. April 4th, Mother's Day. Get that out into the world, into your customers' hands, the information, so that they can make a decision and get their orders ordered early. That way they have plenty of time before Mother's Day, which, if you didn't know, Mother's Day is May 8th. Right? No. Yes, May 8th. I checked it yesterday. So it's going to be earlier in May. So you want to have them ordered by the third week of April at the latest, I would say. The 11th, we know that Chasing Rainbow's wax collection is out, and I'm already planning on what I'm going to put out in my social media content. And I was going to ask I was going to ask my customer group, when they think of colors, what do they think the colors smell like? Because that's what the collection is. And so if we get a conversation happening before the collection comes out, then that way it's easier transition to then say, hey, check this out. Scentsy made their own collection where this is what they think these scents smell like, or these colors smell like. Would you like to grab some of? Would you want the collection, or would you want to try it out and come on over and we'll sniff them together? And those kinds of collections too, I really love, because you can then ask if they love it. Do they want to have it forever? Maybe order one bar every 3 months, and you've got yourself a Scentsy Club member. Even if it's just a $6 bar every 3 months, that is something. And likely they'll probably add more. Just saying. I have my smallest club member is a $7 order, which I think is kind of awesome. Um, so that's the two collections we know when they're coming out. Batman, we don't know, but Batman is the warmers coming back, and then there's going to be a wall fan diffuser. Star Wars has we have the Grogu warmer back, the Grogu wall fan diffuser, the Grogu mini buddy clip. We have the Mandalorian buddy, and then we have the Leia and the Vader buddy, Darth Vader buddy. So those are the three full size, and then one mini, and then the three Grogu things. So much amazingness, but they want you to share it now or when it's available, when we have photos to share it, because that way you have it available to be delivered before May the 4th, which we all know is a Star Wars Day. So May the 4th be with you. I have to stop myself because I was raised Catholic, I want to say, and also with you. Does anybody else like have that urge too when you hear May the 4th be with you? Yeah, it's silly. Anyways, yes, Star Wars. Diana, you love the Star Wars too. Oh, so good. Little Mermaid. Oh, Little Mermaid. That was the movie that my cousins and we all used to fight over and say, no, I'm Ariel, and this is my part to sing, and we would all like fight to say, oh, 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 you know. So it's a really special movie to be sharing for me personally, probably for a lot of you guys. So that's coming out. We don't know what date is available, but I'm already thinking like on Sundays, personally, Sundays is usually our Star Wars movie day. Like we do movie marathon of Star Wars movies after we like clean the house or do laundry or do our errands for the morning. What it comes down to Sunday afternoon is usually a Star Wars movie. So I'm already planning to share that with my customer base so that I can kind of start to get a feel for who are my Star Wars customers. Also, I'm going to look up I'm going to write that down because I'm going to forget. Who has purchased Star Wars stuff in the past, because then they probably going to want to know what's coming up soon. And I can kind of sneak peek to them in a text message. Also, I'm going to be posting my story of like me and my cousins. We used to fight over, like there's a picture of my mom for Mother's Day one year. My brother and I recreated a photo from when we were kids with like the same color shirt and the same kind of hairstyle. I'll have to get her to send me a picture of it because I'm holding a Little Mermaid pencil in the picture, so I had to find a Little Mermaid pencil. But that's how big Little Mermaid was to me. So I'm going to share stories about my love of Little Mermaid, and that hoping to find other people who also feel the same way about it. And guess what? I'm going to share the fact that we have the stuff coming out soon, and maybe they'll want to order. But I'm relating to my customers. That's my plan. Hockey is not my thing, but I know I have like 3 or 4 people I have in mind that I know are big hockey fans. So that's going to be on my radar for this month. You can kind of start doing the same things too. Knowing the goals that you have, like when we start a month like April 1st, ta-da! I always start it with reviewing how did last month go? How did last year, this month go? And what do I want to accomplish? And maybe I have a family vacation planned this month. Maybe I don't want to work at all. That's cool. That's your prerogative. That's your business. Kudos to you. I'm going to be sad for you on payday, but that's okay. Like you're prioritizing your other things. For me, I like to do a little balance of the both, and I want to know how did I do? Can I like give myself a little bit of a challenge? And if I sold, I don't know, 500 last April, maybe I could do 650 as my like itty bitty bump in my growth as a Scentsy consultant. Can I increase my sales, even like what feels comfortable, and then what would be my reach goal? So if I did 500 last year, this month, maybe 1,000 feels really uncomfortable. So my 750 might be like a good medium size goal, but my reach goal is going to be out of the norm, out of my comfort zone. I'm going to go for that one, and if I happen to land a little bit less than that, then that's okay with me. So something like that you might want to be doing on this weekend or today or tonight is deciding what it is that you want to accomplish. Deciding how much is that comfortable, or should you push yourself a little bit more out of your comfort zone? And then decide how, like, what else are you wanting to do. I'm going to start doing, or have started doing, Chloe Cox's new, I don't know what she calls it, strategy, game plan, I don't know what it's called, mode of operations. But she's doing 2.5 times 2 times 2 times 6. What does that mean? 2.5 times 2 times 2 times 6 means you're doing 2,500 PRV a month minimum. It's a stretch for some of you, I know, but I know a lot of you are capable of it. It just depends on how you plan your month. Now that's getting ahead of myself. 2.5 to 2,500. Why that number? That number is the number that you need monthly in PRV to earn annual sales. So if you are consistently doing 2,500, hello, that's an amazing check. Because after 2,000 PRV, you're going to earn 30% commission. And 30% of 2,500 is $750 in your pocket. I'm going to say that again. 2,500 PRV is $750 in your pocket. And doing that all year long is a challenge if you're brand new at it, but you get better at it the more you do it, the more you go for it, the more consistent you are, the more motivated, and the more, I'm going to say consistent again because that's a big one. When you do that, you earn annual sales. Annual sales is another $1,000 in your pocket. Yeah, that would be $10,000 from your Scentsy business if you are at minimum doing 2,500 PRV every single month. So 2.5 is the first part of her equation, if you will. Then 2 would be 2 new clubbers every month. 2 clubbers, 2 Scentsy clubbers. It's not too hard of a, I don't think it's a big stretch to do 2. You're just chatting with it. Hey, you're ordering bars again. Would you like to get 10% off for now and forever? And you can always edit the bars, or you can keep your favorite ones. It's a very simple conversation to ask. It's a question to ask. Do you want 10% off of your order that you've ordered before? You're getting refills. You may as well get 10% off. By the way, if you share that with your friends and they decide, then you get loyalty points and you get discounts on more Scentsy. That's all you got to do. Is you got to get used to saying the words. You got to get used to asking the questions and knowing that when you're doing that, you're not doing it because you have a goal. I mean, sure you do, but that's not why we do it. We do it because we want to provide value. We would not be doing our jobs if we did not tell them how to save money. I'd be so mad. Actually, I was really mad when I realized that Scentsy was a thing you could do, and no one ever asked me, and I'd been using it for 5 years before I ever considered joining. Yeah, I had used it for so long, and no one ever mentioned to me that I could make extra money doing this. I was mad because it started 5 years earlier. What? So you are not doing your job if you do not mention Scentsy Club that they could save 10% off if they wanted to get their stuff regularly, and they can cancel one, or not cancel, skip once a year, so 3 or 4 times a year, 2 or 3 times a year, depending on how often they get it. It's easy, and if you get 2 of those a month, you're on track, right? 2.5 times 2 times 2, which is frontline, new team members. Again, you're having a conversation. I would not be doing my job if I didn't mention that you could actually be earning $50 back on your order today, because we could flip this party to you. You would get the host rewards, you would get this commission, and then you'd get all 20% off, not 20% off, but 20% back. That's your commission. 20% back on all your future orders. And you already have that Scentsy Club order, right? You already are a club member, so you want 20% off too, and 10%? Because you're going to have an order over $30. That's all kinds of money back on their favorite things they're already buying. 2.5 times 2 times 2 new teammates that you're helping start, whether they're a hobbyist or maybe they want more. It's up to them, of course, but it's your job to simply let them know about it, and it's their job to decide if it's for them. 9 times out of 10 people are going to say, no thanks, it's not for me. And I said, that's cool, no big deal. I did my job. I simply had to mention it because it's such a great deal. You did your job. And then you get, when you help them, when you ask questions, when they ask you questions and you help them out, or you send them a little cheer because they did something kind of cool, like they submitted their first order or whatever it is, like that is how, like that's the job that you do to support them and sponsor them. And then you also, because of the work that you've put in to help them, you get a little bit of what's it called, leadership bonuses when you become a lead. It's pretty cool the way that Scentsy has built that into our system. When we give more, when we give to other people and we provide value for them, that almost by accident, sort of on purpose, but kind of by accident, we get rewarded as well, which is really an amazing. I love our job. 2.5 times 2 times 2 times 6. So you do that every month for 6 months. At least for 6 months, you are going to see big things happening in your business. Watch Chloe Cox's video. She's got more training on it. She will light a fire under your butt. She does have some words to say that are a little bit, they're hard to hear if you're not ready to accept the fact that you're not anywhere you want to be because of the things you haven't done. Like, you cannot be mad at the work, at the rewards you're not earning for the work you haven't done. Does that make sense? So she kind of like does a little truth serum in that. You know, she's like, she doesn't beat around the bush. And for me, it's a kick in my butt that I need. But for people who maybe aren't quite ready to hear that from her, it could be a little jarring, which just know she does it because she loves you guys. She loves all of us. She shares her knowledge and she wants us all to be better because she knows that we can be. And I know you can be too. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be watching this otherwise. Where was I going with all that? So you have your sales goals, you have your PRV goal, you know, maybe you're just going to go for the incentive. That's cool. But how? Now that you know what you want to do, a lot of people are missing, how do I do it? What do I have to do? I'm going to ask you in the comments right now, how are you currently getting your PRV? How are you currently getting your PRV? Are you posting and praying and not really succeeding? Because a lot of people do that. And I relate to you because I've been there, and I'm not judging you at all, but I've been there and it doesn't always work. Yeah, most of the time it does not work to post and then hope and hope and hope someone says, I'll get it. That doesn't mean you don't post. It just means that you also need to do other things as well. So how are you going to earn this incentive? How are you going to do the 2.5.2.2 times 6? No, I didn't say. I said 2.5 times 2 times 2 times 6. That's what I meant to say. After, I'm going to give you a second. Okay. Hopefully you've had enough time to write in the comments or to reply back to me. I don't know. However you want to put it. You've thought about it. You have an idea of how in the past you've gotten orders, whether you've given samples out. That's one idea. Samples are cool. They are a lot of effort, sometimes for not a lot of reward. It depends on your system. I'm going to leave it there because we can get into it, but I'm not going to do it right in this video. Social marketing. What is social marketing? Marketing through your social media. But social media is meant to be social. So it shouldn't feel like you're selling, but that you're sharing with your friends something you really love. Keep that in mind when you are doing social media marketing, is that you're simply sharing your favorite coffee drink next to your favorite warmer, next to your brand new pair of shoes that you love, next to your favorite scent, next to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's meant to be fluffy and not, here, buy this, it's $5. Whatever. It's not really $5, but you get the point. It's meant to be the value you need to provide. It needs to be there too, besides just commercial after commercial after commercial. You need to tell them why Scentsy is amazing. What benefit will they have? Again, I don't want to get into it because this is not that training, but I could if you want to. If you want to chat about it, let me know. Social media. Email. If you don't like to do Facebook Lives, then don't. This business is for you. So maybe email, maybe you love to write. Maybe you love to write. So maybe email is how you're going to market your business. So when you're after that 500 PRV in wax and warmers and 100 PRV in unplugged products, laundry products, body products, clean products, are you going to be sending emails to do that? Or are you going to be asking your customers for referrals? Maybe the referrals is the way you want to work your business. Do your customers know that you would love referrals from them? If they think that you are a great consultant, which hopefully if they keep using you as a consultant, they do think that, then would they be willing to refer you to one of their friends? Someone who's just bought a house, maybe. That's happening a lot right now. Or someone who loves home decor, someone who loves candles but's got little ones and pets. Um, do they know you're looking for referrals? Have you asked them? Have you told them? Are you willing to send them a little thank you, whether it's just a handwritten note or maybe you're wanting to send them a sample of something because they went out of their way to share you on their social media or tag you in a post of their brand new warmer. I had someone who posted their villains warmer that they got from me in a group, which I did not ask them to do. And I said, please go delete it because that's technically, like, I could get in trouble for that because that's compliance things. It's a villains Disney warmer in a Disney group. That's not good. But I got 2 new customers from her doing that. They contacted me. So I have 2 new customers from her. So I appreciate her referral. I said, thank you so much. I'm so honored that you thought enough of me to like tag me in that post. Please don't do it again though, because I don't want to get in trouble. I said you can just always just like post it if you want, and then if they ask you, then you can like privately message them, and that's different. But don't ever post it, please. I don't want to be fired. No, that's a whole don't get scared. Blogging. Maybe you like to blog. Blogging's kind of not. If you blog with more pictures than you do in videos, or than you do with words, that could work better. SEO, which stands for search engine optional something operational. I don't even know what it stands for because I don't do it. But I know we have all probably been on Jennifer Hong's website because she does SEO stuff. What does that mean? Essentially, she's figured out, because I don't know how it works, but she's figured out that if her website, incandescent sense, I think is what it's called, she optimizes her search engine. That's what it is, search engine optimization, so that her website's the first website that pops up when anybody searches anything for Scentsy, right? So that's SEO stuff. It's a lot of work. She does phenomenally with it. I don't know how to do it. That's not my jam. I'm more power to her to be like, yeah, you go girl, but that's not me. So maybe it is you. I don't know. Is it you? Parties. You can do bag parties, virtual parties, bingo parties, home parties, sip and sniffs, pizza party, pajama party night. I don't know. Mystery hosts. If you've never done a mystery host party, they're so much fun. You invite your friends, hey, come and smell the testers for the spring and summer catalog. I'm going to do a mystery host party. Everybody, whoever's there and orders, it's going to be, this is a personal special, so you have to like communicate it privately. But you would then draw a name from a hat from everybody who ordered, and then that person gets all the host rewards. What? That's amazing. People are going to be motivated to go do that. So if that's your jam, if that sounds fun, if you love having people over, that's how you're going to market your business, then that's what you should be trying. That's what you should be learning, and that's what you should be improving upon in your skill set. Shopping links. Facebook Lives. Maybe again, Facebook is live. Maybe emails are not for you, but Facebook Lives you love. Depends on who you are and what you want to do for your business. What you have time for. All those things factor in. Instagram. Reels. If you are on Instagram and you want to grow your business through Instagram, you need to be doing Reels. Whole nother training on that. But Reels are where it's at. Short video form. Grab people's attention. They like you. They're going to want to know you better. They're going to follow you. Eventually, they're going to see a post that you sharing your favorite stuff, and maybe they'll become your new customer. YouTube. A couple of us have had conversations about Lisa Roberry and how phenomenal phenomenal her YouTube channel has been for her business, and that she has sold 71,000 PRV in 1 month. What? I think I did that in the first year and a half of my business. No, it's probably two and a half years. But that's amazing. She did that in 1 month, and it's because she is well known for her YouTube stuff. And I think she's obviously done other things too, but that is something that she's really good at. And she's figured out how to do it well. And just because she does it well doesn't mean that you can't either, because people who don't connect with her, audience members, customers who don't connect with her, probably are going to connect with you because of who you are and what you bring to the table and what experiences you have had and where you come from. They are going to relate to you for you. So don't be intimidated by her and already having a platform on YouTube, because your story needs to be told too. You are important and you are valuable, and you deserve a place wherever you want to be. You do, okay? Get that negative Nancy out of your head. Sorry, Nancy's. But take that little voice in your head and think away, because why not you? Of course you. Of course, you're important and your story gets to be heard. People, again, are going to connect with you more so than with her if that's what's meant to be is meant to be yours. It's going to be yours. You deserve to be there too. So don't be intimidated by that. I know it's easy to get there, like to have, what do you call it? To all of a sudden get distracted by what everybody else is doing and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not doing enough, or I'm doing the wrong things, or I have to learn how to do that because that's working for her. Nope. Put your blinders on, head down, pay attention to your own work, and do the things that you need to do for your business. Stay authentic to who you are. Keep it simple. These things are quite simple, but they do take time to learn. So give yourself patience and be consistent. Show up all the time. Show up. 2 of you are here tonight that I see. Diana loves follow-ups and bag parties. Yeah. Cool. You're here tonight for a reason. You're watching this. Okay, so what else? Pinterest. People do Pinterest posts. TikTok. I don't know how to TikTok very well, but I try. Funnel systems. I don't know a whole lot about them, but I'm going to learn more about that this month. It's on my list of things I want to learn about. Funnel systems. Fundraisers. Maybe fundraisers are your jam and you'd rather, fundraise for an organization, donate your commission, but get all your free Scentsy stuff that way. Like, did you know that? That's how fundraisers work. If you say, hey, I want to do a fundraiser for your school, your class, your group, your organization, your team, your rescue for your pets, whatever organization needs funds, they help in sharing your stuff with their people, their customers, or their family members and friends, if it's a team or a group at school. You're going to get all these new people that, guess what? They're going to need new Scentsy eventually. They're going to need a refill. You're going to collect all their information because they're going to order from you through the fundraiser. You're going to donate between 10, 15, 20% of your commission. Depends on what you want to give. You agree on that before you start, of course. And you then, in return, you get to keep all those host rewards. Hello. Air purifier, what? All those host rewards, you get to decide where you're going to put them. I would always want to thank whoever organized the fundraiser with me. I would give them a gift of some sort, but the rest of those host rewards are mine, and they get to keep part of the commission. And I say, if you get over 2,000 PRV or over 2,000 in sales for your fundraiser, I will donate not just 20, but 25%. So I keep 5% of my commission, so that I can cover the costs of the catalogs and things like that. Fundraisers. Have you ever asked if there's a group or anybody in a sports team who's in need of fundraising? That's one thing that you can do too. Scentsy Club. Clubbers. Maybe that's how you want to get all your PRV for the next 2 months or the rest of the year, or just for your whole business as an entirety. Maybe clubbers are the way you're going to work your business. Events. Events are not my favorite, but I do love peopling. I do love peopling. It's just the physical part of it. It's like if I could just drive a truck and open the doors and everything's already set up inside, that would be ideal. It's the manual labor of setting it up that I'm not a fan of, but I love the peopling. I love the peopling. So I like events, just not too often. Whiff boxes. Maybe you're going to be like the queen of the whiff box people, and you're going to do YouTube tutorial or YouTube unboxing on whiff boxes, and you're just going to sell like 1,000 whiff boxes. I don't know. What would that be? 1,000 whiff boxes? Now I'm curious. I should be able to do that math, but I don't trust my brain. So it's 24 or 25 PRV. That would be 25,000 PRV in 1 month. That's amazing if you could do 25 or 1,000 whiff boxes in 1 month. Maybe start with 10 and then increase it over time. You can do referrals. Hey, if you get me a customer that's a new whiff box clubber, or yeah, or you whiff box clubber, there you go. Like you can combine all three: referrals, clubbers, and whiff boxes. How do you want to work your business? What sounds exciting to you? What sounds fun? What sounds like ooh intriguing? I think I want to learn how to do that. Scent boxes that you create yourself, or crates. People call them scent crates or scent bags. Mystery bags, you can do that. It's a really fun thing. There's a whole group that will theme them. You can create your own theme. There are some people who do it every month, and they have like 50 subscribers that order the same scent bag, and it changes the theme every month. Maybe that's how you want. Those are probably the more crafty people. I'm not like I like them, but they're not my jam all the time. Give me home parties. I love going to home parties. But that's just because I love peopling, and then I like going home. um, Mailers. Mailers is another way to work your business. Partnering with a local business to have a display up with some samples next to it. You go change the wax every week, and you drop off new samples, and then they are giving you contact information for people who are taking the samples. Partnerships with professionals like realtors, or even a car dealership maybe who wants to give gifts to their customers who purchase cars with them. Personal specials is one way to do, but I don't like personal specials as an always way of working your business. Because my reasoning, because I don't want someone to say, well, I'll just wait till the next special that you give us to order. Because really, the best deal for people to get the best Scentsy experience with for the least amount of money is to join an order through a party. Like host a party and then join. They're going to commission, they're going to get host rewards, and they're going to get all their Scentsy stuff. That's like the best way to get stuff. So if you want people who want a deal, don't do personal specials all the time. Offer them the opportunity to join and host their own parties, because that's really where it's at. It's going to give them the best deal. So all of that to say, I've just listed off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, about 22 different ways in which to work your business. And those 22 ways are not the only way to work your business. But now that you have your PRV goal at minimum, because you all can earn this so easy, with a plan of how are you going to earn it? Are you going to be, how did I plan this myself? I just did this last night for myself because I like to be prepared. And so I have where I log my daily numbers. And if you want to learn about that, let me know. But I do keep track of my daily PRV because I want to know how I'm doing and am I meeting my goals. Personally, 2,500 PRV is sort of, I wouldn't say easy for me, but it's pretty common. I can do it pretty okay. Like it's not too much of a stretch to get 2,500 PRV. So my stretch goal is 3,000 PRV. So what did I do? I divided that by how many days there are in the month. So that's 30 days, 3,000 PRV. It's 100 PRV a day. So I know that if I'm tracking my daily PRV and I'm not meeting my PRV per day, then I need to step up. Like, what is it that I need to change? How can I increase this? What can I do? And where I'm getting my PRV from in the month. So my plan, my goal is to host one virtual party. I don't have a host yet, but I'm going to have an event on Sunday. So I'm hoping to meet a new host there, at least one. Currently I have 5 shopping links open. So I know that in order to close those shopping links, because I already know I have 5 of them and they all have 5 of them have orders, I'm going to get a roughly about 650 PRV from those 5 parties closing this month at minimum. At minimum. Okay. I'm thinking about hosting my own sip and sniff when I get one of those Chasing Rainbow Collection wax bars. I think I might host my own sip and sniff for people. Maybe do like a mystery sip and sniff, do kind of a combination of the two. And my goal there would be a 200 minimum party order. Because I don't want, when I have an event at my house, let's say, I also want to book more parties. So even though they might not order that night, I hope to book a party from them. That's why my PRV goal is smaller, because maybe they want to order for their own party. I have my spring market on Sunday, which I'm hoping to get 400 PRV from, and I'm gonna, whatever I sell from my stock, I'm gonna repurchase in all the Star Wars things. That's 400 PRV, because I'm just basically reimbursing myself, my stock. Samples that I send or give out at the event, I'm hoping to make a $40 order from those samples. So that's, again, samples are not always the best way to get orders, but I do have customers that I have now because I originally gave them samples. So I know it's possible. So that's why my goal is smaller for that. My PRV from Club, I have 6 clubbers right now that are their orders are gonna process this month. I have 14 total. 6 of them are gonna process this month, and that's gonna give me $275 of PRV. 275 PRV, not dollars. If I get 2, like my goal is to have 2 new clubbers this month at 25 PRV each, which is like bare minimum, because really it should be 30 so they can get 10% off. That's going to give me another 325 PRV total from my club. Already I'm at 1800 PRV just from that alone. From follow-up through my customers that have ordered in the last couple months, I'm hoping to get 200 PRV in orders from that. I want 2 referrals, and where I'm going to get those referrals from, people who ordered Star Wars, I'm going to have them tell their friends, hey, I'm looking for referrals. I would love if you want to share that the Star Wars stuff is out. I want 100 PRV from 2 new referral customers. I want to sell 4 whiff boxes, which is 100 PRV. From the Star Wars and the Mermaid products and Batman and Mother's Day, all of that combined, that's like 4 or 5 different collections. My goal is to have at least 400 PRV from that, and I think that's pretty easily done when you consider Star Wars. I think that's lowballing it, but I think I'm a conservative. I don't want to go too high because I don't want to count on it and then it not happen. So if I get more, great. I'm going to plan a May-themed Mother's Day gift bag, like a mini gift bag, scent box, if you will, and I'm going to plan on 200 PRV from that. And so my goal is to have that in by the 3rd week of April so that it's available for me to ship the 1st week of May, so that it gets to them by the May 8th. Maybe the beginning of the 3rd week of April, because I don't want it to be delayed for any reason. So that's 200 PRV, I said. From my mailers, I usually get about 2 or 3 orders from the mailers that I send out, and that's going to be about 75 PRV. And then just from posting on social media, Star Wars, Little Mermaid, all that sort of stuff, I'm planning to have 125 PRV from that, which will give me for the month of April 3,015 PRV. So do you see how I have my big scary goal, but I've made my plan and I've made it so not so scary because I figured out how am I going to get that PRV. That's only one virtual party. That's 5 shopping links that are already open. That is sharing Star Wars, following up with customers who have purchased Star Wars in the past, Disney fans, referrals, club members that I already have like 6 people who are already going to order this month. No matter what I do, they're already going to happen. Plus 2 new ones, hopefully. That's my goal. 2 is reasonable. And that's my plan. That's how I work my business. I have my PRV. I'll make my plan and I break it down by day. It's 100 PRV a day. Did I have any PRV today? Absolutely zero. Am I worried? Absolutely not. Because I took today to kind of like relax a little bit and kind of process how everything went. Spent time with my kiddos. We watched Wizard of Oz. It was fun. But come this weekend, I'm gonna prepare for my event tomorrow, and then this weekend it's on. I'm gonna catch up easily with my event to get to that $100 or 100 PRV per day mark by the end of the weekend. So on that note, if you have any questions or you want to talk about your game plan, you want to say like, hey, this is what I want for PRV and this is how I'm thinking I'm going to do it. What do you think? Or what should I be doing next? Or I don't know what to do, or can you give me ideas? Like, that is what I'm here for. I'm happy to do that. So I would love to chat about it. Or just like share with me, like share your excitement for what you're wanting to accomplish, even if it's just like 1 club member and 50 PRV. Like, that's cool. That's amazing. And that's a personal goal for you. That's amazing. You should be proud of that. If that's a stretch for you, that's a freaking amazing goal. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. Have a great night, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.